preview of the season. It's come around far too quick for my liking, but here we are, here in May. It's a Sunday evening, and because of that, I thought stick a British flag in the background, because cheers, Charles, I get a day off college. So, Luton, Gavin Ward, Fan TV. I like that. I rate that very highly. How are we all doing? Hope all is well. And by the way, Marcus, I know it's you on your mother's account. And due to the fact Graham Road Animal Care Internet Elephant has come up. To answer your comment from 5:30, yes, I am looking forward to it, Marcus. Jeff says up the Tigers. Ben's excited. Hi, Jensen. Hi, Ollie. Hope you're well. Up the Tigers. Up the Tigers. Excited. Excited. Last day. Last day. Well, that last home game. Hi, Jensen. That last home game. It had last day of school vibes to it. And I'm very pleased that we're here again, that we're here for one more preview, because next year things are going to be different. I am going to have much less time on my hands because, well, exams and what have you, but I'm still going to be here. And this season, looking back, will no doubt be a marker for all of the seasons to come. Because next year, there's going to be all A-level exam stuff that's going to be pressing. There's then going to be the following year university, and the year after that university, and at least the year after that university as well. It might be a 4-year course that I end up doing, not fully sure. But this season will be a marking point of the last full proper year of content that's reliable, that I know I'll be able to give to you, that I don't have to rush through these previews and things like that. And I can just take this time. So there's no guarantee we can have an hour-long preview every week next year, because I might need to get doing other things. But I am so pleased I can share this, and I've been able to share my full last couple of years watching Hull City with you lot. It's such a genuine honour to sit here and, you know, interact with you. And, you know, doing the previews the old way, it was good, but it took up a lot of my time. And in year 11, when I had all the GCSE exam stuff and more homework and things like that, doing them live was just something I had to do to get them out, because I knew it would be something easy for me to do, just chat to you like this. But it's nice that this has become a regular thing, and I love it. I love it so much. Ben, the live previews will still be here next year in some form, don't worry. But hey, just enjoy it while it lasts, because next year will be different. There will be new stuff, but there will also be stuff that puts more stress on my time. So I have to balance certain things next year, but I will still be here. Don't you worry about that. I will still be here. I've lost where I was in chat now. Now then, Leo. Good to speak to you. I haven't spoken to you for 10 minutes. Jeff's son is going dressed as a dartboard. It's going to be Ben's first time off to Luton. Same for me. Ben, the stream, the lives will still exist at some point. Well, in some form next year, don't worry. Marcus is tearing up on his mum's account. Good luck. Thank you, Jeff. They're a long way off yet, but it'll come round quick. Damn, this reminds me of Mr. Rogers. Goodbye. Mr. Rogers. Goodbye. Where's... what film's that from? I don't know what... I can't find the reference. Hull City 9 reckons I deserve a statue outside of the MKM. Honoured. Honoured for that. But actually, just coming back to that, it's not a goodbye. It's a reflection on the last season and the great times we've had. And I'll do a full soppy Instagram post about this at the end of the game tomorrow, inevitably. But I've had such a great time watching the football. There's, yes, been ups and downs. Yes, there's been boring games, but it's been fun. It's been fun to have some hope. You know, since Liam's come in, and, you know, by the autumn of chaos under Shotter. Oh, right. Fair. By the autumn of chaos, we've had hope this season. And that's not something we've had for a long, long time at this level. So, you know what? I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Can I get the certain person on the line? Oh, for God's sake. Marcus, I've seen it. I was just getting to it. Oh, God. We're back here. We're back here now, are we? You've actually taken it there. You've actually taken it there. You've actually taken it there. For God's sake. Oh, God. Yes, if any of you lot see me tomorrow, just bear in mind that pre-Watford stream, and what Marcus has done, and how he actually needs to meet her tomorrow, and he's shitting himself. He is absolutely pooing his pants. Think we'll draw 1-1 tomorrow. Darlow last minute. God, that would be quite the sign off, wouldn't it? Jensen reckons 1-0 City, but Luton can be very defensive. Ollie, if you're still here, Grandma told me that you sent her a message on the back of the Watford stream, and she says you deleted it as soon as she opened it. So, Jane's got a phone back, lovely. Marcus says, I can confirm that's true, that he is absolutely bricking it for tomorrow. What you need to know about Marcus is for more or less each of the clips that you see before the game from Marcus, he does about 1 million takes trying to get them right. And that's when he's under no pressure, but with his heart already going, well, oh God. Well, that's something. That's something. Felt bad. Oh, God. Get her on your vid, Marcus. More than 1 million, believe me. God. Joe, Marcus is single. I know he is. He's been quite open about the fact he can't speak to... Hopefully. What are you on about, pal? What are you on about? Let's move on. Right. God, that's going to be an awkward explainer, isn't it? Ryan Longman's available for selection after recovering from an injury for the trip to Kenilworth Road on the final day of the season. Oscar Estupinian from his ankle problem and Tobias Figueiredo with his knee problem could also return. Regan Slater could be absent. He's a doubt. He's been playing through an injury for the last couple of weeks. And he's just won a lot of awards. But the long list, Aaron Connolly, still injured. Cyrus Christie and Vaughan Colville, both knee. Benjamin Tete, hamstring. And Nathan Baxter, ankle and unregistered, remain out injured. So whether we see Connolly again next season, we don't know. I think it's safe to say we definitely won't see Baxter. Colville's contract's up. So we'll see. We're heading into a summer of big unknowns. But as Jeff says, hopefully Connolly is back next season. And Ollie, I've seen that comment. That's disgraceful. That is absolutely disgraceful. Oh my God. The answer is no. The answer. Right. Let's move on from that. Ollie, don't tell Grandma anymore. Ref watch. The referees James Linnington. The two liners are Adrian Waters and Rob Smith. The fourth official is Neil Hare. As for Gavin Ward, I saw Gavin Ward fan club earlier. I don't think he's refereeing. Unless he's in League Two, which is his level. Jeff Eltringham's there. He had a good game refereeing us last week. I think this is a crime that the same referees that referee in the Championship referee in League Two the following week. But is what it is. And today, or has he had a weekend off? Seb Stocksbridge, Will Finney, Scott Oldham. Yeah, Gavin Ward's had a week off. I hope he has all next season off as well. He was fourth official at Chelsea yesterday. Hold the bus. Marcus. Ollie, she won't be setting a pyro off. She won't be setting a pyro off. For God's sake. I'm having a look. Was Gavin Ward actually... He was! How he has blagged his way into the Premier League, I have no idea. He is shit at his job. How is he in the Premier League doing fourth officially? That's disgraceful. He's the worst referee I've ever seen. And yet he's in the Premier League. If that doesn't tell you the state of English football, I don't know what does. No wonder Chelsea won. God. Extend Jones, trigger option, Coyle, sign on loan with option, sign on loan. Connolly, sign Darlow, don't sign Baxter, Ebue, Pelkas, release Doherty and Smith. Let me get my big spreadsheet up. Let me get my big spreadsheet up, Ashley, and we'll go through it. So I'll highlight the first team ones. On here when I share it. No, I don't want to take the banner off. I want to take your comment off, Ashley. We'll bring it back up in just a second. But, right, so First teamers: Connolly, Colville, Coyle, Darlow, Doc, Malcolm. Alfie Jones, Pelkas, Tyler Smith, Alfie Taylor. They're the ones in 2023. Oh, you could put Billy Chadwick in there as well. But I would re-sign Connolly. I would keep Colville on. I'd give him a new contract. I'd extend the option for Louis Coyle. I agree. Darlow sign. Doherty is an interesting one. It could go either way. I think we take the option. Malcolm won't come back. Alfie Jones extend. Dimmy Pelkas won't stay. Tyler Smith surely won't stay. And Alfie Taylor will extend. As for some of the academy boys, I know what a few of them are doing. I don't think it'd be fair for me to air all of them. But I can tell you I know what's happening with Ollie, with Josh, and with Macca. Plus, there's Harry Wallace in there as well, who, by the fact he's not on this list anymore, I think that gives you your answer as to what's happening there. But his dad tweeted all about that, so it's in the public domain. So I have a license to speak about that. The 21s, though, they're still fighting for a playoff place in their league, and we'll have a look at the 21s league table when we go into the league table section in just a second. But I've gone out of focus, so we'll sort that out first. There we go. Where have I got a... Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll move on to stats from the Swansea game then. I think the possession is representative. I think that's quite fair. Attacking wise, though, that's also quite fair. We did well to quell quite a lot of Swansea's attacks before they could get a shot off, which isn't too bad. And look at that, 25 clearances. Get out, get them out. 16 Dudley Hill. Let's move on to head to head. Let me get my sheet out. I can bin this once I finish this with shared, not with shared shirts, we're head to head. Luton in their last game had Ethan Horvath in goal. They had a back three of Tom Lockyer, Sonny Bradley, and Amari Bell. Then their wing backs were Cody Drama, and if we scroll down here, Alfie Doughty. In the midfield, they had Jordan Clark, Marvellous Nakamba, and Luke Berry. And their two strikers were Elijah Adebayo and Carlton Morris. But they could rest a lot of these players for the playoffs because they're guaranteed third spot, and we'll look at that when we're in the league table. Baxter ditched us for Chelsea. He didn't ditch us for Chelsea. He got injured and never recovered. Colville being extremely unlucky, has been very, very, very unlucky. Pablo says, any ideas when new left back is coming in as El's replacement? Hopefully to be our first choice. Now, I knew we'd get onto this. I think it's between two. The first one is Ryan Manning, and the second is Ridvan Yilmaz. Or is it Ridvan or is it Radvan? I think it's Radvan, the Turkish pronunciation. So it's Ryan Manning or Radvan Yilmaz. Manning, because he's out of contract, he'll have a lot of championship clubs vying for him, and I think it would be silly of us not to put an offer in because he's been so good this season. But then there's Radvan Yilmaz. And what I'll say quickly about Manning is that he will have a lot of offers. he will have a hell of a lot of offers. You best believe it. So we will just have to see on that one. Really, we'll just have to see. Depending on who he chooses, he'll choose another team in the Championship. Definitely. Can Rosenior sell the project to him? Who knows? How about Harry Toffolo? Well, Nottingham Forest might get relegated anyway, so they might well need him. But it wouldn't surprise us if they stay up, if we're poking that bear again. But then there's Radvan Yilmaz, and this rumour stems from Adrian saying something in the Kingston suite. So in the Kingston suite, Adrian confirmed that we will be playing in Kappa kits next season. Marcus. That. Well, no. To be fair, Leo, you poked him. You sent him there. That's poor from both of you. That's poor from both of you. That Marcus, you are right. First of all, she can see that. Second of all, what do we reckon? Does Marcus deserve time out for that? Ashley, you haven't a clue who G is, mate. You haven't a clue. Although, to be fair, it wouldn't be difficult to do some investigating. I'm sure you'd find out quite easily. Leo, what do we reckon? Marcus in timeout. Marcus, you're in timeout, mate. Ashley, I've seen your message. Wait, have you just got on your mum's account? Marcus, have you just gone on your mum's account? Oh, dear. Right, let's see what shenanigans are caused by Jane's skeet in the next 5 minutes then. I don't want to ban Jane Skeet purely because it could well be Jane. But, yeah, okay. That fills me with confidence. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, Marcus, that's unfortunate. That's backfired on you, pal, hasn't it? Right then. It is. I'm not sure what's going on at the minute, but Jane, I trust that it is Jane behind that. Anyway, Radvan Yilmaz. Now, Adrian confirmed will be playing in Kappa, and I have it on good authority that the home kit is quite similar to the sort of two. You know what? I'll show the two. Can I find them? Though? That's the question. So I have it on good authority that the home kit is black and amber striped. I've been told it's a little bit like this one. And the away that should say 2016-17, is a little bit like this. Only difference being it's all amber. Or was it the third that they said? Was it the third where there's like different shades of amber? Let me check the message with this said person. Oh no, so it's all amber third shirt that's like this. That's what I've been told. I'm simply giving you information. I don't know any more than that. All I know is that they are Kappa and that they look a certain way. They'll have different design elements on them. I know they will, and they could release an all amber one and it looks shit. But I think it'll look very, very nice. I really want a blue kit. Yeah, that's one of my favourite kits of all time. Another one is the 2014-15. Third, I think it was. It was a really, really nice shirt, that one. This one was incredible. If you ignore the fact they've all got the shirts tucked in, that shirt was incredible. Let me Google kit, see it in action. Right, let's go. That's the one. That's the one. What a beautiful shirt. Just nice white, a nice little collar. Oh, that's fit. That is fit. I'm a massive kit geek. But that blue one in 2013-14 was sexy as well. Right, anyway, Radvan Yilmaz. It stems from the Kingston suite where Adrian confirmed that they were Kappa. Looks like Mr. Gilbert was inspecting them. Oh, God, Mr. Gilbert, eh? What a man. What a man. Skeety's back. Skeety's back. Well, Adrian said there's a player we put a bid of about 7 million in for who moved elsewhere that has been in contact with him saying they're still interested in the project and would like to sign again. Now, based on rumours, that could be two players. For me, Radvan Yilmaz, which is the one I think it is, but the other one could be Vedat Mariki. But Vedat has scored quite a lot of. Well, he's played quite frequently for Mallorca, scored a lot of goals. So I think I don't think it's him. I think he'll stay in Spain, in the Balearic Islands in La Liga. But I think it might be Radvan Yilmaz. He's had a bit of issue with injury at Rangers, but I don't think he's overly happy up there, and he has struggled for minutes when fit under first Giovanni van Bronckhorst and then Michael Beale. So I think it's him. And you know what? I wouldn't mind either of that. I wouldn't mind either of them at all. I'd like to sincerely apologise for my actions. Jos Pedge. That should say Joe. He's a true G, and I wish him all the best in Belarus. I'm not going to Belarus, mate. Behave. We should get Silas. Oh, no, I don't think we should. Right, anyway, current form. We'll have a look at... I've pulled them both out, but we'll have a look at Luton's first, where, as you can quite clearly see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, They're not doing too bad. Unbeaten, but they did draw with Reading, so they're not omnipotent. They won 3-1 against Blackpool, won 2-0 against Rotherham, drew 1-0 with Reading, then beat Middlesbrough 2-1, which more or less guaranteed them third. And then on Monday, they drew 1-1 with Blackburn. Us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 wins, 2 draws and a defeat. 1-0 wins over Millwall and Watford at home. Draws against Blackburn away and Swansea at home. And then a 3-1 defeat to Middlesbrough. Excuse me. Away in the midweek, in the last midweek game of the season. Sonny Bradley will score tomorrow. Well, he might do. Ray's quickfire. Yes, I am going, pal. Slater over Sander Berge. Leaving, but Elder leaving's a bit bad. See 50 grand's value has rocketed this season. What's my opinion on Greg Doherty? Great little utility player. He'll be a great squad player for us next year. But will he stay next year? What about that contract? We're having a look at multiple league tables in this one. We're going to have a look, as we're coming to the end of the season, who we could be facing next season. We're going to look, that's going down from the Premier League and coming up. And we're also going to look at the under-21s, who have 1 game left. That kicks off on Tuesday at 2 o'clock away in Charlton. And the state of play in their league. First, we'll have a look at the Championship. Then we'll have a look at everything else, basically, in whatever sort of machination, whatever order that might be. So, let's kick this off. Oh, bloody hell, 8 comments. Ben Rama's just copied Oscar's goal versus Wigan away. Do I think Uriel Theli will be here next season? He might be. He's still out on loan until January, though. He's still out on loan until January. Get O from Celtic. I think that's a little bit unrealistic, that one, pal. Do I think there'll be closer connections with Hull City ladies? I hope so. But we don't know. That's for the club to work out, whether they want to make their own women's team or merge with Hull City ladies. Don't know. Drive to Luton won't be pleasant. I'm not looking forward to it. Well, he won't coach Ray's quickfire because, the coach is less comfortable than the car, definitely. Joe, yes, Jensen. While we're waiting for Jensen to come back, let's have a look at the Championship table, first of all, where Burnley, if they win, will become only the 2nd team, I want to say, to get over 100 points. Sheffield United confirmed going up as well. Luton locked in 3rd place. Middlesbrough locked in 4th place. And then 5th and 6th still up for grabs. Blackburn, West Brom, Sunderland, Millwall and Coventry are all still in with a shout of a playoff spot heading into the final day. The draw for Swansea against us meant they fell out of contention, but even if they won, that's only another 2 points, which wouldn't put them in striking distance. Us sat 14th, that's fine. That's just fine. I predicted we'd be 10th at the start of the season, and had it not been for the autumn of chaos and had Liam been there from the start, I have full confidence that we'd be about here. But that's for next season. Heading down, all confirmed that Reading are going, thank God, rancid football club. Blackpool and Wigan going down as well. But had Reading not got their 6 points deducted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams would have been level on points. Within a point of each other, fighting for their lives on the last day. That would have been one hell of a final day, watching that. But as it turns out, Reading broke their own business plan that was set up for them in conjunction with the EFL. So, fools on them. But it does mean that we're going to inevitably get battered by Huddersfield at the John Smith Stadium again next season. But will I still go? You bet I will. You bet I will. Before I move on to the Premier League, we'll have a quick look at chat. This mid-table finish isn't starting to give regrets about the points dropped against Rotherham or Sunderland. It is. When you look at the amount of draws we've had, 15 draws. We should have got more than a point out of Huddersfield. We should have got 6 points off Reading instead of just 1. Rotherham, we should have beaten them. Blackpool, we should have got a point out of them at home. Birmingham at home was during the autumn of chaos. Stoke was during the autumn of chaos at home and away. A draw was a fair result. Bristol City, look there, we were just poor that day away from home. Watford, we got a win, and we got a win on a point, can't complain. Norwich, we won at home, can't really complain. Preston was 2 draws, wasn't it? Again, I think a draw was the right result on both of those days. Swansea, we got a point, fair result, and the 3-0 defeat at the Swansea.com in Shotter's last game was definitely fair. We were terrible that day. Blackburn, a defeat again at home during the autumn of chaos, right result, and the draw away was a right result as well. West Brom, had Ozan not gone off injured in the game at the Hawthorns in August, it wouldn't have been 5-2, and I think we could have gone on to win that, but Ozan coming off injured just derailed us a little bit. Sunderland, well, we should have beaten them at home, and then the 2 points, well, the draw away, had we just managed to defend like we had done for all the rest of the season since Rossini had come in, that's another 3 points there. Millwall, we can be happy with a draw and a win. Coventry, we can be happy with a draw and a win. Borough, they were just different class both times. Luton, they were just different class the first time. Sheffield United and Burnley, we can have no qualms about whatsoever. Let's move on to League One, where Plymouth Argyle have won the league, and we will be heading down to Home Park at some point next year. Will I go? Still to be decided. Ipswich can come up with them. That's another. So they get the North, not the North, the East Anglia derby again next season. Norfolk versus Suffolk. Sheffield Wednesday play Peterborough in the playoffs, and Bolton play Barnsley. So we've got a 75% chance of having a Yorkshire. We've got a 50% chance of having a Yorkshire team, a 75% chance of having a Yorkshire or Lancashire team. Lancashire/Greater Manchester, Peterborough a little bit further away. Derby. That's what happens when you don't keep Rosie. And in the Premier League coming down, come on, Leeds. Just remain shit. Please remain shit. I think it's going to be... Well, Southampton are down. Then I think it's going to be Everton, Forest or Leeds. I think Leicester will stay up. I think they've just got too much quality. Regardless of what you think of Dean Smith or not. I think West Ham will be clear. Bournemouth are almost at 40 points. Wolves are more or less safe, I believe. 10 points with 3 games to go for them, but Forest have a game in hand. But Everton, I think Everton might go down. But out of these 3, Leeds, Forest and Everton, I think Everton would be the team most likely to pull themselves out of it. But Forest spending £1 billion buying 30,000 players, that's not the way to do it in the Premier League. It just goes to show both teams that have spent massive money when they've come up from the Premier League. Fulham a couple of years ago when they signed Seri, when they signed Zambo and all those sorts of players, they spent over £100 million, got relegated. And I hope the same happens to Forest, because I wanted to set a precedent that you shouldn't just abandon your squad when you go up, and that team spirit is still important, is just as important as quality. And getting a load of players to gel like that takes more or less a full season in the Premier League when you're getting battered every week as a newly promoted team. And then for the 21s, the under 21s have got one game left. So have Coventry. And the final, and so have Wigan. There are 3 teams here vying for 2 playoff spots, second and third. I'm not sure how the playoffs work in the under-21s league, but City have done incredibly well this season. I'm not sure about the extent of Jim Sims' injury, and I hope it's not too serious because I want to see him play in those games. And, hey, well, wish the 21s a lot of luck. Barnsley, they're done. They've played all their games. Peterborough could still do it, but their goal difference is so much worse. So there's Peterborough. If you skip out Barnsley, there are 4 teams vying for 2 spots. And I think I have confidence in City to beat Charlton in the Northern one. So in this Northern one here, I think I'm just guessing because the Southern one as well playing Charlton. I think 2 from the North and 2 from the South play a home and away leg each. I think I'm just guessing, and then they go into a big final. The 2 winners. I'd back City. I'd back the 21s against anybody. Anyway, that was a long segment. But, yeah. Anyway. Do I feel Cynic will be given a chance next summer? Personally, feel Rossini will have a look at him, but in the end he'll move somewhere else. I agree. I think it will be the end of the road for Dodo, purely because Rosie will have his own targets and his own ways of playing and things like that. And Dodo, I don't think, fits into that. Yeah. Yeah. Ozan, good player, but I think he'll score. That shouldn't be a but in there, really, Jensen. Simon, hope you're well, pal. Deduct Derby 10 points for bottling it and deduct another 10 points for Chef Wednesday. Forest and Leeds and Southampton down. Simon reckons Leeds will go down. Simon, we addressed that earlier. God. Marcus got put in time out for his comments. That's all I can say. Let's move on. Around the grounds. Championship match day 46. All 3 o'clock kickoffs on the bank holiday Monday. Millwall play Blackburn. Watford face Stoke. Swansea face West Brom. QPR play Bristol City. Preston face Sunderland. Norwich face Blackpool. Birmingham face Sheffield United. Middlesbrough versus Coventry. That's a very, very, very interesting game. In there. In the playoffs, but neither team really fighting for anything. Sunderland still fighting, although Preston not fighting. Norwich are out of it. There's not... See, the games... This is a good game. Millwall, Blackburn, both teams can still grab something there. But the rest, they're quite dead rubbery. Coventry need to win. Borough are on the beach for a week. Luton against us. Luton are on the beach. We're on the beach. Well, Luton are on the beach for a week. We're on the beach. Borough and Luton still have a big playoff campaign ahead of them to see which one of them, if either, go up to the Premier League. I think it will be a Middlesbrough versus Luton final. And you know what? I think I'd back Middlesbrough if that's the case. Huddersfield v Reading in what was nearly what could have been, What could have been on the final day. Burnley versus Cardiff in the fight to get to 100 points. And Wigan versus Rotherham as well. That's around the grounds for the final time this season. What about Longman? Do you think he'll stay or move on? I think he's a bit like Elder. He's all right, but if we're serious about challenging the top, we need a winger who'll have more of an impact. Well, Longy's a tough one. I love him. I love him to bits. He's lovely. But has he got the quality? Hit and miss. Under Andy Dawson, he had the quality. Under Grant McCann, he had the quality. But Rossignol, he's had troubles with injury, as have all the players, really. And what was I going to say? And, you know, he's shown flashes, but are those, it's like with Pelkas, are those flashes representative enough of the ability of Ryan Longman fully? The messages have gone fuzzy. Let me have a look. I think that's just the way. I think that's just the way the text is, Simon. Just looking at what I can see. I hope Marcus enjoys his revenge. I'm bricking it. Hey, at least he's honest. At least he's honest. Right. Memorable match. It's only going to be one, isn't it? 3-0, September 2019 at Kenilworth Road. Kevin Stewart scored twice. Both of those goals split by a goal by Kamil Grzycki. Our team that day was George Long in goal. Back four was Eric Lehigh, the captain, Jordi Device, Reece Burke and Stephen Kingsley. Midfield three of Kevin Stewart, Jackson Irvine and Leo da Silva Lopez, with Bowen on the right, Grzycki on the left and Tom Eaves leading the line. The bench was Matt Ingram, Ryan Tafazoli, Dan Batty, George Honeyman, Josh Bowler, Matthew Pennington, and Josh McGuinness as well. Grant McCann in charge for Luton. George Monker in the team that day. Elliot Lee there at that time. Sonny Bradley in the team. Yeah, God, how things change, eh? How things change. And what was I going to say? And last time out. 2-0 defeat, Alfie Jones' own goal, and an absolute corker of a finish by Henry Lansbury gave Luton a 2-0 win in Andy Dawson's first game in temporary charge in front of, on Friday night, that one was. Nathan Baxter was in goal. The back four was Louis Cole, the captain, Jacob Greaves, Alfie Jones, and Callum Elder at left back. Ryan Woods, Regan Slater, and Ozan Tufan were the midfield three, with Longman and Pelkas wide and Oscar Estupinian up front. The bench was Matt Ingram, Tobias Figueiredo, Greg Doherty, Durkan Sinek, Sean McLaughlin, John Michael Seri, and Cyrus Christie as well, with Andy Dawson in temporary charge. And the record against Luton. Lost all of our last four. 2 by 1-0 scorelines, 1 by a 3-1 scoreline, and 1 by a 2-0 scoreline. Yeah, but we were unbeaten in the four preceding that, although how representative they are coming from, well, September 2019 in this season, but then 07, 06, 06. Perhaps not so much. Perhaps not so much. Do I still think Oscar will be our main man up top, or do you think a new striker will be coming in? We need pace and power, who's got an eye for goal. Oscar has an eye for goal, as I've gone out of focus again. I tell you what, right? I saw your comment, Simon, about missing doing the previews, and I'll come to it in a second. I will miss the previews in the off-season, but what I won't miss is the fact that this bloody thing doesn't focus half the time. It doesn't help that there's the glare coming in from outside, but come on. Right, focus. Forget it. It'll sort itself out eventually. But Connolly, it has sorted itself out, right on cue. But Connolly was the opposite to Oscar and Tete, wasn't he? He was the little pacey one. But we know how that's ended out. We know how that's ended up. But every team needs a striker. And that's what's killed us in front of goal. Although we've looked good without a main striker, we have lacked that cutting edge in front of goal. And, games like Rotherham, for example, where the ball's pinballing about in the box for so many different points, chances are that falls to Oscar because he's always in those positions. At least one of those falls to him. Bang, it's in. Lovely, lovely jubbly, lovely stuff. But nah, I don't think that was. I think Oscar's good, but we have to provide him with the right access, and the right service to get balls in. Tete's a nice other option because he's something totally different to Oscar. He's big. He's just a target, whereas Oscar's a bit of a more hold up play orientated poacher. But then Connolly's something totally different to all of them. He's little, he's lively, he's powerful. He'll get under defenders' skin. He'll creep up from nowhere with his pace. He's a workhorse, as is Oscar, as is Tete. But I think we do need all three. And it's as simple as that. I reckon Rosie should play Brexit, Paul. God. Langstaff from Notts County, no. Mullin from Wrexham, no. How old is Paul Mullin? Paul Mullin's 28 and the highest level he's ever scored prolifically at is League Two. And then Langstaff. He's 26 and he's only just coming through in the National League. Although, saying that, Varney came through. He was on loan at Radcliffe earlier in the season. But difference is he played at League Two when he was 16. Anyway, let's move on to shared shirts, where we had a big debate about this the other week. Leo in chat knows who it is. I told him right afterwards. This is a long live. This is a very long live, and it's great. Leo knows. It's one you might not be aware of because it's one that slipped my mind until I did some research. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God, Leo, I've just got a great text from Josh. Oh, that's incredible. Oh my God. Oh my God. Leo, I'll show you that afterwards. Oh my God, that's absolutely incredible. Oh my God. Right, I've got to be careful I don't send this to the wrong person here. Oh my God. That's incredible. Christ, that was quite a laugh. Well, oh my God, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Oh my God. Anyway, that aside, shared shirts. It's Tom Ince. I forgot he played for Luton, but he did. He was with us for a season. He was crap, 13 appearances, 1 goal. For Luton, he was on loan with them from Stoke for 7 appearances, didn't score. And I totally forgot about it until I was looking at him for other shared shirts. Well, oh my God, I'm still not over that. Bloody hell. My dad and mum will be wondering if you're okay with that laugh. Well, my dad's not here. My dad's in Budapest. He's going on. He's having a whale of a time with his mates getting drunk. So that's all right for some, I suppose. Right, let's move on. On to my final predicted 11 of the season then. In some form of 4-3-3 for Rosenior. In goal, Cardalo. Oh, always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in Cardalo. Oh, Louis Coyle, depending on what happens with his contract, it could be the final time for him as well, although I don't think it will be. Centre-back Sean McLaughlin and Alfie Taylor in his debut. And at left-back for the final time for Hull City, Callum Elder. Holding midfield, Xavier Simons. In central midfield, Greg Doherty for what could be the final time, and Adama Traore. On the right, Aliyah Syed Manesh. On the left, Harry Vaughan. And up top, Ozan Tufan. The bench, Matt Ingram, Jacob Greaves, Alfie Jones, Malcolm Ibue, Oscar Estupinian, Dimitrios Pelkas, and Jean-Michael Seri. It's a changed team, but it's still quite a strong one. Oh, yeah, he is for his postponed 50th from COVID, yeah. Yeah, he's having a whale of a time. He's wearing a new pair of trainers that are ripping his feet to pieces, he's told me. He hasn't worn them before, so it's a rookie error on his part for not wearing them in a little bit around the house. But he says he's got about 8 plasters on each foot. Yeah, so that's it. Predicted scores, everyone. Predicted scores. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Give me a second. Right then, 2-0 Oscar and Tufan. Simon says 2-1. Is that to City or to Luton? 7-1 City. Darla, all 8 goals. So he scores 7 at one end and an own goal. 5-4 Callum Elder scorpion kick, 97th minute winner. Charlie says 2-1 defeat. Repeat of last season v Forest. Last minute probable winner, followed by last minute equaliser at 1-1. I also think 1-1. I don't think it'll be as dramatic as Forest last season, but I do also think it will be 1-1. And that's it. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow for what will be similar to Bristol City in terms of matchday vlog quality. Because I won't have my big computer with me, I won't be able to edit it on Premiere Pro and do all the nice stuff. But I'll still have some form of matchday vlog for you nonetheless. Thank you so much for all your support this season. It means the world. I enjoy these previews like you'll never understand. And I hope that comes across when I'm doing them. And like I said at the start of the stream, next season, there will be new things, but there will be different things. There will be changes. There will be new stuff that doesn't include this channel, but includes external stuff. I will do, in the next few weeks, I will do a big sort of end of season channel update. Similar, if you're into your news, go to TLDR podcasts and watch their editorial stuff. It will be similar to that if I can pull it off. where we just sit through, talk through all your comments, talk about feedback, talk about different things I've tried, different things that haven't come off, different things that are in the works, that sort of thing. And review the season a little bit as well. That's what it'll be. The end of an era for this season. It'll be the last season of content, this one as you know it, but there will still be content nonetheless in the coming years. Thank you for watching, everybody. Take care. If you're travelling to Luton tomorrow, have a very, very safe journey. And the rest of you, I will see you tomorrow for the Matchday vlog. Take care. Up the Tigers. And goodbye.